Welcome, guys. You're watching Mervin's Crick Quiz. When Anderson and Broad recently were left out from the English trip to the Caribbean in Wendy's, there was a huge saga, a lot of crying whether this is the end of Broad and Anderson. And in this today's session, you will see the work that Anderson and Broad have done away from home over the past decade. And you will realize how much England have been dependent on them. And then what is the role played by the supporting seam bowlers away from home when they are playing away from England? What is the kind of role they have played over the past decade? And why they should treat this as a transition, something that is a new stepping stone for English seam bowling, let's say, away from home going forward, right? So let me quickly pop up something for you. Uh, which will show you Anderson and Broad away from home. Okay, so what you see here is Anderson and Broad away from home in the last decade. The blue lines indicate the bowling averages for the bowlers other than Broad and Anderson. The orange ones indicate the bowling averages of Broad and Anderson. Now you will see that in every single continent, Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Asia, and in America, everywhere the English seam bowlers, the rest of the bowlers, apart from Broad and Anderson, have really struggled. Their wickets have come at a much higher cost than what Broad and Anderson have been picking up in Australia, New Zealand, Asia, West Indies, or in South Africa. And this is for the last decade, right? Now, if I show you something else of how the other bowlers have been doing. Especially, we have the likes of Mark Wood, Stuart Broad. Sorry, you have Woakes, you have Wood, and you have Ben Stokes. These three have played a lot of cricket over the last decade in Test match cricket away from home for England, and the upcoming visual will show you how what they have done away from home, right? So what you see here is Woods, Woakes, Wood, and Stokes. Look at Woakes and Wood. They seem like mirror reflection. The blue ones are home bowling averages, and the orange ones are away bowling averages. And look at the difference. Woakes 52 runs a piece. That's very expensive. And then when it comes to Wood at home, it's 40. So if we are talking about away from home, Wood probably has a very good record so far. But now the mantle is on these guys, Vokes, Wood, Stokes. And then you also have some young guns in the name of Robinson, Saqib Mahmood, and Craig Overton, who will be taking the mantle of bowling away from home. English seam bowling away from home is their responsibility going forward. So they need to ensure that they take the step ahead in terms of moving away from Broad and Anderson and them taking responsibility and getting regular wickets when they are on foreign soil, because their record away from home, especially off late, as a team, as the England team, has been quite poor. So hence, this two little short clippings helps prove a point that the English seam bowlers next generation, you can call it Wood, Vokes, Robinson, Overton, Saqib Mahmood, they really need to pick up this mantle to ensure that England become a force away from home, and also ensure that at home they continue to sustain their performances and not be dependent and rely on Broad and Anderson when it comes to transition management, when it comes to looking into the future. Thank you so much. Keep watching for Mervin's request for more.